G'day legends, today I'm going to be showing you how to change over an ABB Watermaster transmitter for a WBS. Now if none of that makes any sense, don't worry, all will be revealed. Let's do it. I'm going to be working around here, and as per my risk assessment, I need to delineate the site. Nice one. I love video magic. Okay, job's in here. Alright, before we change it over, I said at the beginning I was going to be working on a WBS. Now that means a water balancing station. Let me give you an overview. Inside the cabinet we have the control cubicle and then the wet panel, which controls a valve in there. So this is called a diaphragm valve. It's a little hard to see, let me just bring it up. That's better. Let's just make that a little bit bigger. Now this is a diaphragm valve. It's not the exact one that's in the pit, but the way it works is that water goes in one side and then gets controlled by a rubber diaphragm that sits in the top here and comes out the other. And the way that it gets controlled is using something called a pilot or piggyback valve. Now you'll notice in the pit that we do not have those on the valve itself. That's because ours are inside the cabinet. So why do all this? Why do we need a diaphragm valve? What's it doing? I'll show you. This is a pipe track. There is a pipe that runs all along here and it is at a massive amount of pressure. I mean, way too much for a normal household to be able to take. So we use a diaphragm valve to take the massive amount of pressure and reduce it down to a little bit of pressure. This is essentially so we don't blow up everyone's taps. Now, there are a multitude of different ways that you can configure these valves. Pressure sustaining, pressure reducing, altitude, and a whole raft of other things you can do with them. So if you are interested and want to get educated, I highly recommend going over to thermad.com.au. Now, let's configure this flow transmitter. Let's do it. Right, now, the transmitter is telling me that the electronics are to blame, and if I smell it, it absolutely stinks like burnt electronics. So luckily I have a spare one and I'm gonna go chuck it in. You know, I found these on site somewhere. I thought it would be funny. Put the cover back on and we are done. Now, I was pretty lucky with this one because the ABB Watermasters have all their memory stored within the sensor or tube, which, and I just remembered, I can actually show you. Usually they're buried. Let's do it. Leticus opinus. I couldn't resist. And there it is, the flow sensor, which picks up the water flow all the way through the pipe. Okay, that wasn't as interesting as I was expecting, but I promise you they are incredibly interesting if you go and do your research. But now it's time to pack up. Hey, that is it for today. I would call that a raging success. I mean, now they have flow through their what? Diaphragm valve, that's right. All right, thank you so much for watching. And as always, please make sure you like, follow, and share this content so I can teach you more about instrumentation and the water industry. I'm gonna need some Panadol.